Next is the San Francisco 49ers, which alleviated a little bit of their quarterback controversy problem when they got rid of Jimmy G and sent him to the Raiders. By the way, I loved Jimmy G's comment when he said it. Did you see the clip where he was walking through the Raiders facility and saw the picture of the tuck rule? And he said, "Oh, yeah, it was a fumble."
That's awesome.
You didn't see that?
Nah, I never saw that.
Cameras everywhere. And he's looking at the picture. It's on the wall. It's a big mural on the wall. And he said, "Oh, yeah, that was a fumble." Yeah. Solidifying his spot in Raider Nation very quickly.
Yeah, real quick.
For sure. So the 49ers, John Lynch has got a hell of a problem. Him and Shanahan got a hell of a problem. They got two potential starting quarterbacks, I guess. And the question is, will Trey Lance live up to his hype? Or will Brock Purdy be able to match what he did last year? And I don't think there's I don't care who you are, how long you've been around this game, I don't think there's anybody that knows the answer to that.
Yeah, and I think they even made it tougher on themselves almost, bringing in Sam Darnold as a third quarterback. And then you have the fact that Trey Lance, has basically, for the most part, hasn't played football in 3 years. Brock Purdy is coming off a major elbow surgery and might not even be ready for the year. What if Sam Darnold comes out and is balling to start the year?
Well, we're going to have a lot of conversations about the system, aren't we?
I mean, yeah, at that point, you got to give Kyle Shanahan a lot of credit. Yeah.
And we already do. I mean, I do. I'm not so sure that Brock Purdy's, hats off to Brock Purdy. I'm not going to bust his balls here. He did a hell of a job. I mean, good quarterbacks play in good systems all the time and don't do what he did. But it also could have been like a rookie luck kind of thing. Like a NASCAR driver before he actually wrecks. He doesn't have any idea what the fuck's going on. He just got the pedal all the way down, and Brock Purdy just doesn't even know any different. He's just out there throwing the goddamn ball. Or maybe he's the real deal. Or maybe it's just the system. And it very well could be the system. The system certainly doesn't help because Shanahan is brilliant.
Yeah, or combination of both. We know we talk about that stuff all the time. Sometimes it's just the marriage of the two, and it works out perfectly. But it sounds like Kyle Shanahan wants Brock Purdy to be the starter, whenever he's ready to come back. It's, he basically talked about, Brock Purdy earned that right. He won a lot of games for them last year, got them in a position where they could have very easily gone to the Super Bowl if he doesn't get hurt in that NFC Championship game. So, I think to open the year, it'll be Brock Purdy, and it'll probably be designed where Brock Purdy's supposed to be the quarterback next year. And I think with the team that they have, they lost a good chunk of talent. If you look at the rest of the guys that they lost, they've lost a good chunk of talent. But I think they did a good job of bringing some more talent back into the building. I think Javon Hargrave, especially with what they lost in the offseason, was a huge addition for them. But they even had so much talent last year that it almost doesn't matter, some of the guys that they lost, especially the defensive front. They've had one of the defensive fronts in the NFL for years. So losing some of those guys and not even being able to bring in a whole lot of guys at this point, you would expect at some point they'll do that in the draft with 11 picks. But I think the 49ers are going to keep being the 49ers. They're a powerhouse. They draft well. Even with their late round draft picks, they're able to draft well. And I think that, whatever they've been doing from the front office standpoint and the coaching standpoint, it just works year in and year out. And I expect it to do the same thing. And I expect Brock Purdy to be the guy that leads them on that path.
Okay, so are the 49ers going to be able to sidestep the injuries finally? I mean, how ironic that Purdy got hurt, because it's been the injuries that's kept them out of the Super Bowl for 4 years. And here they got to the brink, right on the brink, and everything looked good. And then they couldn't get it done. Are they going to be able to get it done this year?
That's such a hard question to answer because,
it's because I set you up.
Because sometimes
an impossible question to answer.
Truly, because when you play football, shit happens. Sometimes shit just happens. But sometimes I sit here and I wonder, is it something that they're doing in the building that makes their players more susceptible to it? What is it that the 49ers, this is year after year after year. I don't know. As a football fan, I hope not, because they have a lot of really good players, and when that team is playing well, it's a lot of fun to watch on both sides of the ball. Like Kyle Shanahan's offense, no matter where he goes, it is a lot of fun to watch. So I hope that they're able to stay healthy, especially since they're in the NFC. Like as a Colts fan, I don't have to really worry about them that much until it's time for the Super Bowl to roll around. So I hope they're able to stay healthy, and I hope they're able to be good, especially because the story of Brock Purdy is a great one. So it'd be cool to see them be good and have a lot of success.
Well, and in their favor, their division should be down again this year. They right now they look like the premier team. We're getting ready to talk about these teams in some other videos, but they should win this division as things stand right now. And then all you got to do is get there. Once you get there, you can make things happen. So